What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am, and if you are, trust me, it's about to get better, because I have a story for you guys today about just some cringe stuff that went down in my middle school one time, where basically this guy convinced everybody that he had the secret to getting girls and, like, scammed everybody out of a bunch of money to sign up for this How to Get a Girlfriend class, and low-key, it was pretty hilarious. But regardless, it's gonna be a pretty fun story, so you guys should enjoy it. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's go.
Jumpsuit dialing, West Coast silence, I was not lying.
Anyways, basically in middle school, there's this thing going around where guys are like girls, but they don't really know how to get girls, you know? They still are like in that middle school mindset where being mean to girls means that you like them. And trust me, once you get to middle school, that just like doesn't work as well, you know? In elementary school, going up to a girl and being like, "Oh, you stupid poop head," was like, aha, yeah, she knows I'm kind of into her, you know how it is. Like, I've got game, you know, my insults are A1. I told her that her face smelled like a fart, and I just expected her to kind of be into that low-key, and now we're dating. But you get to middle school and suddenly the rules change, okay? Girls start listening to One Direction and Harry Styles is out there like, "I love you for your little things." And you're like, I didn't even know love was a thing, dude. I thought we were still being mean to each other. So you got to step it up quick. And for some people, it's a pretty easy transition. Like, I'm not trying to say that I'm a ladies' man, but I never exactly had like trouble talking to girls, mainly because I never thought about talking to them as like a different species. I would just talk to them, you know? But some of my friends had like the big hard time talking to girls, and I think a lot of what you have to do with that is just like get over it, you know? You have to just learn by throwing yourself into the fire and trying to flirt with girls who are gonna reject you. And yeah, you know, it's gonna sting, but that's life. So, at least that's how I learned. But my friends, for whatever reason, were spending all this time online looking up, like, you know, how to get a girlfriend, tips for getting a girlfriend. And this is in the early days of YouTube when things weren't exactly, like, very well maintained and watched. So they found this guy who had this pickup artist program, and it was like $2,000, and you could get this guy's class on how to pick up any chick you wanted. And this guy, to give you an idea of what he looked like, was like wearing Ed Hardy shirts and telling you to go into Whole Foods and, you know, just walk up to girls and be like, "Yeah, whatever, like, I make a ton of money, you probably want me." And he's like, "Girls will love it." And trust me, that is not the way to get girls. But for whatever reason, my friends in middle school who didn't really know how to talk to girls convinced themselves that this guy was like the god of talking to women. And if you were just bought his course, you would basically be able to control the universe, and you know, you would have the power to get any girl you wanted. So right off the bat, when they started trying to show me this dude, I'm like, oh yeah, nah, this isn't gonna work. And I think that's because, like, I spent a lot of time growing up with my Oma and my mom, and they just were women, and they were kind of like, just kind of taught me that girls don't really like when you walk up to them and just flex on them in Whole Foods, you know? I'm just saying, they're not big fans of that. I hate to burst your bubble, guys. So I tell them it's not a good idea, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever, we're gonna find a way to buy the course." And I'm like, dude, that course is $2,000, and he's basically saying you have to walk up to women in Whole Foods. First of all, we're middle schoolers. When are you ever gonna be in a Whole Foods? And second of all, when is there gonna be another girl your age in a Whole Foods that you're gonna flirt with? Like, what, you're gonna go up and flirt with the girl in front of her parents? And also, this guy is flexing all like the money and stuff that he has, but we're broke. We're middle schoolers. We don't have jobs. What are we gonna flex? Our Pokemon card collections? And they're like, "Nah, dude, you just don't get it. Like, it's the confidence thing. It's the confidence thing." So whatever, they had kind of come to me and were gonna ask me for money or ask me to organize a way to get the money, because, you know, that's who I was. I just had a way of getting my hands on things that I wanted, but I didn't want this. So I'm like, nah, you guys are on your own. And basically they had gone around to everybody else at school, and most of the other boys in my grade had decided that this guy was legit. Like, basically, if they got this book, it was a pretty solid chance that they would all have girlfriends by the end of the day. So most of the grade gets on board, and there's this one kid named Steven, and he basically had no rules at his house, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no problem, I'll be able to buy it. You know, I'll buy it. just everybody give me the money tomorrow. So a bunch of boys in my grade bring like $20, enough people for it to be $2,000. I'm not trying to do math right now. I'm just trying to tell the story. So whatever. If you want to do the math, that's how many boys he roped into this magic scheme. So they all bring all this money and they give it to Steven, and they're like, all right, when you get home today, you're going to buy like this dude's course, and then you're going to download it on a flash drive, and then like you're going to bring it to school, and then we'll make a bunch of copies and upload it on YouTube. And he's like, yeah, perfect. So they give this guy Steven like $2,000, right? And they're like, okay, you're going to buy this pickup artist course as soon as you get home and give it to everyone. That was the deal. That was what negotiations were. But keep in mind, there's no contract. There's nothing. And the next day comes and Steven's not at school. And everybody's kind of like, oh, that's weird. Maybe he got sick or something. Some people are kind of like, wow, that's really weird that the day after we gave him all this money to buy this thing, he doesn't come to school. And the next day comes and he's not at school. And the next day comes and Steven is still not at school. And now people are getting pissed. They're like, we got scammed. Oh my God. And everybody is pissed. But the only problem is they really can't do anything about it. Like, if you think about it, if Steven has stolen the money, we don't really know at this point. He's just not at school. This is literally the perfect crime, because how are you going to get in trouble? Like, what? They're going to go to the teachers and say that the entire grade organized to give this kid $20 to buy a pickup artist that is telling you how to pick up women in Whole Foods? Like, that's going to go over well. Yeah, go tell your mom that you stole $20 out of her purse to pay for a pickup artist to tell you how to get hoes in Whole Foods. Let me know what her reaction to that is. So everybody is kind of like freaking out, but there's really nothing they can do. Not to mention, there was a very strict, like, no buying things on school grounds policy unless you were buying it from the school. I had gotten in trouble for selling gum. Other people had gotten in trouble for selling drinks. Like, there was just a very strict no organizing money thing, which I understand. The last thing you want when you've got like a bunch of middle schoolers is people being like, well, if we all pool our money, we could buy 8 airsoft guns and just shoot each other in the desert. And everyone's like, yes, good idea. You don't want that going on in a middle school. So I understand the policy, but there really was no way for anyone to like snitch or tell on him, because if you snitched or told on him, we were all screwed. Or I guess they were all. I wasn't involved. I didn't want to learn how to get women in Whole Foods because I was 12. But, all the illogical people were screwed. So everybody's keeping their mouth shut. And finally, after 4 days of, or 4 days of not being there, whatever it was, Steven comes back to school. And everybody's like, yo, do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? But like in hushed tones when teachers aren't paying attention, and like in passing periods, like, oh, do you have it? Everyone's trying to be all sneaky. And he just keeps kind of like avoiding everybody's questions and being like, I'll tell you later. 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 Right? So basically, the later comes and everybody's kind of gathered around him, all these people that have given him money at lunch, and he kind of is like, I messed up and I lost the money. And everybody is like, what do you mean you lost the money? How? You were supposed to just go home and like pay for this course. Your parents weren't supposed to care. And he's like, okay, listen. So I looked up the course and it was on sale. It was only $1,500, right? So I was like, yo, $500, sick. I'm going to go to GameStop. And everyone's like, that was our money. You should have just given the money back. He's like, yo, you guys paid me $2,000 to buy the course. That was the fee. If it's cheaper than that, I'm keeping the money. And everyone's pissed off, but, whatever. And he's like, so I went to GameStop, and I'm getting games and whatnot. And the guy behind the counter is telling me, like, flexing on him about all the girls that he's dated, like, oh, yeah, this, and this. Which, like, when you're in middle school, I guess makes sense, but as a grown-up, if you are flexing on middle schoolers in GameStop because you're dating people, then, like, dude, you got problems. So he's explaining the story, and he's like, and this guy seemed like he knew what he was doing. He's telling me about all these girls he's dated, how, he's dated models, and he's been on planes with them, and I'm like, yo, that's sick. If I give you $500, will you write down everything that you know? And the guy's like, yeah, but you have to come back after work. Like, I can't do it on the clock. So because I thought this guy was like a guru with the ladies, I spent $1,500 at GameStop. I got a new Xbox, a PlayStation, all these games. And everybody's like, what? What do you mean? Well, where's this guy's advice? Like, where did he write? Like, where's the stuff he wrote? Like, come on. Like, this better be good. Oh, my God. Everybody's pissed. And he's like, well, I went back later, and the guy's not at that GameStop anymore. I guess that was his last day. And everyone's like, what? What? This dude had stolen $500 from middle schoolers at GameStop, knowing it's his last day, and just didn't care and was like, yeah. Rung up this giant sale, sold this kid all this stuff, and then was like, come back later. It just took the $500. So Steven is in deep doo-doo because the $2,000 is gone and we have nothing to show for it. And everybody's like, well, what are you going to do to get our money back? And he looks at everybody and without missing a beat is like, nothing. You guys are screwed. I ain't paying you back. I don't have that type of money. And everybody's like, what do you mean? You're not going to pay us back? Are you kidding me? Like, that was all my allowance. And he's like, hey, you know, sometimes in life things don't work out for you, and I guess that is one of those moments. Like, Steven did not care at all. He didn't feel bad, nothing. Which, I mean, low-key, like a little sociopathic, like to not feel bad for screwing over a bunch of people, but at the same time, it's pretty funny, mainly because I didn't lose money. Like, I don't think I would have thought it was as funny that he was emotionless and didn't care if my money would have been on the line, but like, because I told them how horrible of an idea it was, yeah, I can't lie, I was giggling a little bit when he was like, yeah, you guys ain't getting money back. Sorry, I don't have the money to pay you back, so you might have to go mow some more lawns, my bad. And everybody was so pissed, and Steven was like ostracized for the rest of the year, but this kid really didn't care. Like, everybody hated him, and he genuinely was just like, whatever, just doing his thing, didn't care at all, you know? And as for why he was gone for all those days, somebody ended up asking him later, like, why he had been gone all those days. He said, well, first of all, I wanted some time to, like, enjoy it before everybody hated me, you know? And everyone's like, yeah, fair enough. And he's like, and also, I had just spent $1,500 at GameStop. I had some games to play. Like, this dude was an absolute savage. I would never recommend stealing $2,000 from all your classmates, but like, listen, it is pretty funny. And as for the pickup artist, you know, I don't think anybody that I went to school with to this day has ever picked up a woman in Whole Foods. So I guess their dreams were kind of stupid, and maybe if they would have gotten that course, things would have worked out. But on that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought. And yeah, be sure to use code Scrubby at the G Fuel checkout and check out some of the OG Sub Club merch. It is pretty sick and it is selling fast. If you like the intro song from today, a link will be down below. It is on Spotify, so be sure to check it out. And other than that, I am going to give a quick plug to my third channel, Scrubby. I've been uploading on it a lot more, and it's getting pretty damn close to 100K, so if you're not subbed to that, I would appreciate it. But yeah, get the merch, use code Scrubby at the G Fuel checkout, and I'm pretty sure that's everything that I needed to say. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.